After showing up here on YouTube for 43 days, I realized I was exhausted. Every day for 43 days, I was exhausted. And I knew that I needed something different. I didn't need more sleep. I didn't need to relax. What I needed was social rest. So today I had a full social rest day. And social rest is one of the 7 types of rest that I feel like people really don't talk about. So I want to talk about that today and just share more about how I incorporate social rest in my life and how you might be able to incorporate it in yours. And if you watch day 43, you can tell like my battery was empty. It was empty. But yesterday I did just a little bit of relaxing and did my cross stitching if you watched yesterday's video. And today I had a full day of social rest, and those 2 things together definitely recharged my battery and got my energy back up. So I do want to share with you that social rest is one of the 7 types of rest. Yes, there are 7 types of rest. Rest goes beyond just physical rest. I've talked about the 7 types of rest in some of my other videos on this 100-day journey. And if you've missed any of the episodes, I have put the playlist down in the description box. So go ahead and check out some of those previous conversations if you missed any. But social rest isn't about like creating a no people zone. It's about just being really intentional about the people and the things that socially drain your battery, and being intentional about putting yourself around people and things that recharge your battery. So showing up on YouTube for 43 days, every single day, girl, I was wiped out. And social rest normally, like the normal view of it is getting a break from being like in social settings, large crowds, when you're maybe in a job or a career that you have to be on all the time, around people all the time. Social rest is kind of taking a break from that, especially if being in those types of spaces drain you. But for me, social rest was, because I'm an introvert, I'm rarely around crowds of people. But showing up here every day on YouTube, socially on a social platform, even though it's a little bit different, it still was very, very draining. And you might want to keep this in mind too when you think about social rest. Think about the people that you work with. Think about your family members. Think about your friends or your social circles, your community events and community work that you may do. And even here on social media, especially if you are a creator on social media, because those are the things, especially they can drain you. Even if you're an extroverted type of person, being in those settings can drain you. And prioritizing social rest, again, it isn't about creating a no people zone. It's just about intentionally being around people that charge your battery. So today, my social rest day, I had a full day with a girlfriend. So first I got up this morning and I did a little bit of work. I did do a little bit of work, and then I got dressed, I got ready, I got cute, I put on a good outfit, and we went to the mall and had a day of shopping. And if you watched my video a few weeks back where I shared that I got rid of my dream closet and the reasons why I got rid of my dream closet, if you didn't watch that video, just go to the playlist and look for it. If you watch that video, you know that I got rid of almost like 90% of my clothing just because my closet and my clothes no longer represented the life I wanted to live or the woman that I was stepping into. So I got rid of it all. I either sold it, donated it, or let my friends come and shop my closet. So, and I've been very, very intentional about purchasing new clothes because I don't want to get in a space of where I get back into the over shopping and the over consuming. So I've been very intentional on how I rebuild my closet. And today I had my eye on a pair of pants that I really wanted to go and try on. And that's what I do now as well. Even though I might like something, if at all possible, I'm going to go to the store and actually try it on, because I'm also in a season of where if I don't absolutely love it, I'm not going to buy it. Even if I like it, I'm still not going to buy it. I have to absolutely love it. And I have to already picture in my mind how I can style this thing, this top, these pants, this dress, whatever it may be. I've already thought about how I can style this piece 3 different ways before I buy it. So we had a good old day of shopping. We had lunch at one of our favorite little fancy places, and we sat at the bar and we had a good old girlfriend Kiki time. And this friend is a friend that I could just feel like I can be myself around. And she's a friend that I met in adulthood. I just want to talk about that real quickly too, because I see on the internet, and I understand too as well, that as we become adults, it's more difficult to make friends. And I understand that. But this is a friend that I met in adulthood and we've become really, really close. And I really do cherish this friend, especially in both of the seasons that we're both in life. Both of us have done a lot of personal development, a lot of personal growth. We're both rebuilding and redesigning our lives in ways that we desire. So she's a very safe friend, and she's a friend that I can just kiki with and be silly and be goofy and do all of the things. So that's what I did today in my day of social rest. Also, I did a very intentional day like this around the holidays because, around the holidays, it can just get to be a lot, holiday parties, at work, or again, like if you're in some type of community group or with your friends and families, everybody's doing these holiday parties and holiday things, and it can just get to be a lot and overwhelming. But what I intentionally did this year during the holidays was I was just very intentional about being in alignment with which holiday parties that I would attend, which holiday parties that I would decline, which holiday parties that I might just go and show my face, say hello, and then respectfully, just leave early. But what I did at my house was I invited over a few friends. A few of them had to reschedule, and it ultimately it ultimately ended up being just me and one of my other friends. And we made mocktails. Like, she had a mocktail recipe, I had a mocktail recipe. We baked holiday desserts here. We had on some cozy clothes, and we just had a good old girlfriend time. Again, just being around people that help fuel your battery, help recharge your battery, people you can feel safe around, people you can feel like you don't have to perform or be, on all the time, which you can be just your good old regular self. That's what social rest is all about. And I had a really good day today. I was like, I hope I get back home in time enough so I can record today's video before the sun gets down and I have to put on like a light, because I like shooting in the natural light here. And that's what social rest is really all about. And after showing up here on YouTube every day for 43 days, I was just really, really drained and wiped out. And of course, considering all of the other things that I have to do in life, I'm still navigating a traditional 9-to-5. I'm still building a business. I still make time to prioritize rest. We out here doing a lot of things. So I really needed this social rest day. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to talk about that because maybe my girl who watches these videos, maybe she's never heard of social rest. Or if you have heard of social rest, maybe it's time for you to schedule another day of social rest or just a new day of social rest on your calendar, because sometimes the reason you feel, also like the reason that you might feel socially drained sometimes also isn't strictly maybe the people you're around, but it can also be the environment that you're in. I've talked about that in several of my videos too, that the environments that you're in impact how you show up in your workplaces, in your social settings, wherever that may be. So also keep that in mind as well, that oftentimes when you're feeling socially drained, it probably has something to do with the people, but it can also have something to do with the environment that you may be in as well. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And I'm really feeling good. I'm feeling recharged. I'm ready to go into this new week. Next week, I'm gonna already be at the halfway point of like day 50. I'm gonna hit day 50 next week. And that's just crazy to think about, being like at that halfway point, because these days have gone by pretty fast. But like I've said in other videos too, I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I am a planner. And I was just telling my friend as we were driving back home, I'm like, girl, I'm thinking like, what am I going to talk about for the next 50 days? But topics, they'll come to me. And I hope the right women continue to find me and find my videos. And I hope that my lived experience, the way that I'm rebuilding my life, the way that I am embodying the woman that I want to be, the way that I am prioritizing rest and creativity while still being ambitious and driven, I hope it resonates with another woman, and how I've just reworked my relationship with ambition. I'm just not in a space of chasing my vision and my goals and building at any cost. My priorities in life, of course, after God, is my health and wellness. And that is what will always be a priority while still being ambitious. And I hope that continues to resonate with women and call in the right women who want to be here. So I want to leave you with this question. Who in your life actually restores your energy when you're around them? You might want to think about that, especially if you get into a season or a week or a day like I had where you're just feeling socially drained. That person that you can schedule a little lunch date with, a dinner date, a shopping day like I did, or just call up on the phone and just say, hey girl, hey friend, I had a day and I just need to talk. So I want to leave it here. I'm Erica Prevail. I share daily conversations helping driven, purpose-led women rework their relationship with ambition, capacity, rest, and creativity. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.